Well, we are looking at a gradual increase in our chances of rain tomorrow and a big increase by Friday. Friday evening, good chance at some rain, and that'll likely linger into Saturday with a cold front. But we are looking at a big break in this heat, at least for a couple days as well. Taking a look at the radar, it is sweeping clear here across eastern Virginia now. Of course, that wasn't the case a little bit earlier. And as we widen the view, you can see some of those showers that work their way in off the Atlantic Ocean. But now as the sun has set, most of that activity has started to wind down. Notice a few showers and a few sprinkles off the coast. I think those will continue to work their way westward, so we could see a shower or two in a few spots as we head into tomorrow morning, and Futurecast bears that out. So we'll call for about a 30% chance of showers as we start the day tomorrow with readings in the 70s. And with that onshore flow, once again, a very similar day tomorrow to what we saw today. Temperatures in the upper 80s with a shower or thunderstorm possible in a few spots through the afternoon. Some of the big changes come in during the day on Saturday. So we'll start the day on Saturday with temperatures in the 70s. Here's what it will look like at 6 a.m. Partly cloudy skies, but with those winds coming in out of the south and southwest, temperatures will climb quickly. So as we get into the afternoon, highs in the lower 90s, and that cold front approaching from the west, a good chance at some showers and likely even a few thunderstorms just in time for that evening commute on Friday for the folks who do have to work. And we could see some heavier downpours coming up Friday afternoon and Friday evening as well. In the meantime, we are watching the tropics. Talked about this cluster of thunderstorms south of Bermuda. Still has about a 50% chance of developing into something tropical over the next 5 days. No threat to land, mainly because of that cold front that'll come through here Friday into Saturday. That'll help curve this system out to sea. But we are watching the second system here in the central Atlantic. Now the Hurricane Center is saying about a 70% chance of development in the next 48 hours. It is expected to work its way off towards the west. And notice all the computer models fairly consistent. A few outliers taking it north of the islands, but a pretty good chance it'll make its way by Sunday and into Monday around the Lesser Antilles and back into the eastern Caribbean. So something we'll have to watch. If it does develop into a tropical system, the next name on the list is Beryl. Of course, we had Alberto a couple months ago, formed a little bit early in the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful shot again of downtown Norfolk. We do have a little bit of haze out there. Could be a little bit of patchy fog developing later tonight in a few spots as well. Light wind, temperature of 80 degrees, and that humidity, it is up there at 96%. 79 in Surrey, 74 Chesapeake, 85 in Currituck, it's 80 in Hampton, and 81 degrees in Duck. So your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, muggy and warm down to 76 degrees, 89 tomorrow, shower thunderstorm around in the morning and even into the afternoon. Partly sunny and humid, partly cloudy tomorrow night down to 76 once again, and a good chance at those afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Friday. Partly sunny and hot, and those scattered showers will continue into the day on Saturday. Hopefully we'll be able to salvage the second half of the day, but look at that afternoon temperature, only 80 degrees. Some models are saying we might not get out of the 70s, and Sunday's looking like a beautiful day. Mostly sunny, 82, and then those temperatures go right back up by the middle part of next week. But again, the weekend not looking bad. It's not too often that you have highs in the 70s in July here in Hampton Roads.
Not at all, especially what we've been dealing with.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Evan.